Hello. So I want to talk a little bit about depression. It's not going to be very long. Also because it's very depressing to talk about depression. You know that feeling that you have in the morning where you have this kind of black cloud on your head and you think, why should I be out of bed now? There is no point. Nothing is ever going to get better. What's the point of me doing this degree, getting a job, getting married, finding new friends, starting a hobby? There is no point. My life is well, that has no meaning whatsoever. That's depression. People trying to talk to you and you just cannot shake it off. And all you do is this, you have a loop of thoughts that very negative, and they concentrate on you and what's going wrong with you. Every feeling about you is bad or negative or sad or as a failure. It's just not positive. Whatever that is, this depression sometimes comes from trauma, because something happened when you were maybe a year ago, or 2 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, maybe as a child, you were in a really difficult situation and you couldn't express your feelings about it. And now you're depressed. It's an inner subconscious attempt to make you protected, to protect you from life. So you don't do anything, so you cannot get hurt again. In other cases, depression can come very simply because you're very much lacking vitamin B12. And you will notice that if you are a vegan that does not take supplements to make sure that this deficiency doesn't occur. So that would be a very easy thing for you. Sometimes people have IBS or other problems where they're not digesting things properly, and therefore digestion is difficult and vitamin B12 is missing, and therefore we just fall into this really strange depression. Other times you might have depression because you are in the middle of a war, disasters, tsunamis, and depression, like everyone around you, is in a lot of problem. And some people will be thriving, some people will be depressed and traumatized, other people will have a different mindset and will react differently. In other cases, there is a trauma that has involved you not being able at all to talk about it. And so you might have anger. And for many years you have angers, but sometimes it's not trauma, it's just something that happened in your life. Maybe your brother was always loved and you were not appreciated very much. Or at school, you failed. But it wasn't really just about you. It was about all the teasing and the bullying and the teachers and the system. And you were feeling very low and you were very angry because you were wasting the most precious time of your life in a school that wasn't right for you. So you have this anger of things that are unfair that have happened to you or you perceive them to be unfair to you. This anger, when not this anger, when it's not suppressed, can become very, very dangerous. It can become fibromyalgia, can become MS, can become any disease, psoriasis. We saw people that have healed because of that. There was an emotional component that was really, really big, and they had very big diseases. And once they cured that, the disease didn't have any reason to exist. This doesn't mean that all disease come from that, but it's an example. So many times depression is just anger, repressed anger, and it has to come out through counseling, through therapy, through hypnosis, through color therapy, drawing. There are so many ways. So talk to me if you have this problem and we'll see what is the best way for you. And if I think I cannot help you, I will refer you to my very best colleagues. See you later.